What's up, everybody? I'm Sly, the movie guy, and may the 4th be with you. Yes, it's a Star Wars day. I'm excited because I'll be ranking all 11 Star Wars films from the worst to the best. And by the end of this video, let me know in the comment section down below where you rank all 11 Star Wars films from your worst to your best, because my list is going to be different from yours. All different. We're going to have different opinions. We all master Star Wars film. We all know which Star Wars film we love the most and stuff from the past or recent years. So there's no right or wrong here. So let me know in the comments section down below where you rank these films. And let's just have fun on May 4th on a Star Wars day. And with all that being said, let's just get started. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. This is one of the weakest of the Star Wars films. Where do I begin? Starting off the story is so dragged on with the bad dialogue and stuff. The romance between Anakin Skywalker and Padme doesn't work. Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman's chemistry on screen is so bland. I didn't buy into them fall in love. It felt kind of very cheesy and stuff. Didn't really work. It's so dry and stuff. It just didn't work for me. And Hayden Christensen's acting in this movie is really bad. I mean, this is the guy that's supposed to be becoming Darth Vader. His acting, the line delivery just really is horrible. I don't know if it's him or the script and stuff. And I just didn't buy into him like this guy's about to become Darth Vader in the next stage in this prequels and stuff. I just didn't buy it. And Christopher Lee is here as the main villain, but he don't get to do much until the final act, until he fights Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker in the lightsaber battle and Yoda and stuff. And that's pretty much it with his character and stuff. And that's kind of disappointing because you have Christopher Lee, one of the best actors, rest in peace, in this film. So as a villain, you're like, wow, this should work. But it just doesn't work. And this film didn't have a lot of Jar Jar. So that was like, yay. But the film is just even worse. When you take Jar Jar out, it just got worse. And that don't make sense and stuff. And that's really bad. And this is not like one of my favorite Star Wars films and stuff. And the CGI have not aged well. I mean, looking at when it comes to the action scenes and stuff, the lightsaber stuff, the CGI just looks so noticeable. Doesn't hold up to this day. And the green screen just looks bad too with it. I just didn't believe when these characters was riding on ships and stuff like that and battling. I just didn't believe. I was like, what's going on? It doesn't look real at all. And that was just one of my issues with the film. Before the positives, I say is some of the lightsaber battles are good. Like with Count Dooku and Yoda, I liked it. I liked seeing Yoda for the first time with a lightsaber and stuff. I really love that scene. I remember watching it in theaters and just like, whoa, this looks good and stuff. And then Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi is fantastic. I liked him as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think he does fantastic. He was the only thing that was about redeemable about this film and stuff. And that's pretty much it. This just wasn't a good Star Wars movie. I just didn't find anything like the positive I found, but majority of the other stuff I did find good. I felt really kind of bored as the film was going on and stuff, like with the story stuff kind of dragged on. Just not my Star Wars film, not the cup of tea film, and I'm just going to leave it as that. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. 1999, where everybody was geeking out because this we finally get Star Wars films since since after Return of the Jedi, where everybody was saying, "Oh, a Star Wars film's coming out." This is probably the beginning story of Darth Vader, and when everybody left out theater, everybody "Yeah, woo! This is my favorite Star Wars film." Everybody was going crazy, and I was one on with the where I was because I was 6 years old when this film came out, and if you asked me back then my favorite Star Wars film, I'll be yes, The Phantom Menace is my favorite. But now as I'm getting older, it just doesn't hold. It just doesn't hold up for me. I mean, there's this is the stuff I like, which I'll mention, but the things about it I didn't like is it just didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. I just didn't have fun with it. It just felt oh, wow, I'm so bored. It was just it was a bunch of talking and stuff, walking and talking and stuff, and characters have the same acting lines, they in the middle right here of acting. Everybody's on the same level. And it just felt bland as a Star Wars film. And it just didn't give me that certain fun energy out of it. And it just was disappointing. And one of the disappointments is Jar Jar. Man, the Jar Jar doesn't work at all in this film. I mean, the the comedy slapstick, the comic relief stuff to him and his character that they try to add in this film doesn't really work at all. It just, like, as I was watching it and stuff, I was just like, it's just so cringeworthy. It just doesn't work in this film and stuff. And Jake Lloyd as the young Anakin Skywalker, young Darth Vader, that should be interesting. And I love when if a child actress can work in a film, but he just doesn't work at all. The acting with him is bad and stuff. The dialogue, like Attack of the Clones, just doesn't work here in this film. I just don't know what to say about this film. It just, the dialogue stuff. For redeeming qualities, Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson, he's fun. He's great and all. I find him okay and fine in this film and stuff, but he just didn't get much to do in this film. I say that was redeeming quality. We see our young Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, young without the beard and stuff. So that was kind of great stuff to see a young Obi-Wan Kenobi have a mask and stuff. I thought those elements worked in this film and stuff. But the opening crawl was just so much to read. It felt like a full paragraph that when you read that, you feel like this and it's talking about the taxations and the federations and all that stuff. It just, you're like, and stuff, and with the characters sitting all around on the table and stuff like that, just sitting in chairs and stuff and talking, you realize this is not your Star Wars movie. And it just, that was one of the elements that was disappointing about the film and stuff. But what the positives, I say the biggest positive is Darth Maul. Wow. George Lucas, you did good on that. That was good. I love Darth Maul stuff. The last battle with him, with the Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi battling Darth Maul, absolutely is the biggest two thumbs up positive about the Phantom Menace. I mean, Darth Maul, he's a badass. The flips and stuff with that double lightsaber, all that was cool. And then the theme, the music score, the Duels of Fate, excuse me if I said it wrong, it's absolutely fantastic. Man, absolutely freaking great. The music score and the battle, this, like, one of those things will be like in the top 10 if I like did a list of the final battle stuff. And music score, it absolutely works. All the things are good. Pod race scene, it was okay, but it didn't do it for me and stuff. The pod race scene, it like didn't have no differential like style to it. But that was like one of my negatives. But like I said, the Darth Maul stuff all worked for me. But still not a Star Wars film like that works for me and stuff. Back then, like when I was 6 years old and stuff, when it came out in 1999, it was okay for me. It was a fun film, but now it's dope. Some else worked, but not a whole lot of stuff. And it's just one of my least favorite Star Wars films, just like with Attack of the Clones, and that's pretty much it. Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, I think that the film has some fun adventure stuff to it. I like certain things, the aspects of stuff, some of the scenes, the action scenes and stuff. I thought it was like a fun film. I think this one Star Wars film that some people will enjoy and stuff. Fortunately for me, I just felt like it's a film I just didn't need. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's a fun film. I felt like I didn't need a solo movie and stuff. I like that they gave more, like, the backstory of him, how he met Chewie and stuff. I like how they made him, how he meet Chewie and things like that. And him meet Woody Harrelson's character and Emilia Clarke, and how he meet Lando and stuff, and the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that. I love all those aspects and stuff like that in the film. I thought those things worked, but it just never caught my interest. Like certain things, like when it came to like the action scenes, I didn't feel anything. Now I think the action scenes are fun, just I didn't feel anything like Star Wars because I just didn't need a solo movie and stuff. And that was just one of the negative stuff. And one of the negatives is it just kept trying to throw throw in the stuff that we already heard from in Star Wars movies and stuff. They put in this film. And I just like, can this film just be on its own, a solo and stuff? I just didn't need the other Star Wars stuff. I've seen that in other films. I just didn't need it. But the positive stuff I can say, and I'm going back to positives, Alden Ehreich, he's fine I thought he does fine as Han Solo. I'm glad he didn't like try to copy like Harrison Ford and stuff. He was just acting like the young Han Solo and stuff. I thought he does fine. Emilia Clarke does great. I thought she was fantastic. Like the love interest, the Solo and stuff. Donald Glover as Lando, I thought he does great here and stuff. I like Chewie in this film, and I think Paul Bettany does fine as the villain here in this film and stuff like that. And Woody Harrelson is great as the character, that's with Solo and stuff. So I think certain aspects is good in this film, but overall, this is a film I just didn't really say I'm gonna rewatch this over and over again. But it's a fun film. I think some of y'all will enjoy it and stuff like that. So I do recommend this film. So for people who wants to have fun, I do recommend this film if you haven't seen it yet. Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. I wanted to like this movie. I really did. But when I first saw it in the theaters, I had mixed feelings about it and stuff. There's some stuff I like, some stuff I do like and stuff. Some stuff I like, some stuff I hate in this film. But then for second rewatching the film, certain things just stick out for me. That didn't do well for me. For one, this film did a lot of explaining in the first act of the film, and it just didn't need that at all. It was just so much explaining and stuff to do, giving you explanation and stuff like that, and you don't need it in a Star Wars movie. I mean, certain Star Wars movies didn't have to do that. They just gave you the stuff. You just and it just gave you certain, and you just know what you should expect because you've seen the scenes and stuff. This film just did a lot of explanation, and some stuff just doesn't make sense. Like Rey's backstory and stuff. We get more stuff about Rey that just doesn't make sense. The Emperor Palpatine comes back, which that doesn't make sense at all. What happened? How did he come back and stuff like that? If you've seen all the Star Wars storyline and stuff, it just didn't make sense how he comes back and stuff. And it just doesn't work in the Star Wars film. And it just didn't work for me in this film. And I just was disappointed. And the final act of the movie, I just didn't really like it at all. And that was one aspect I didn't like. But one of the things I do say the positive is I do love the characters. I think some of the acting is really good, especially from Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. I think he was fantastic in the third installment of the sequel trilogy. I thought he was fantastic in this film. And then Daisy Ridley as Rey, I think she does fantastic and stuff. Other stuff in the film, like the action stuff and like that in the film, I thought was absolutely good. I like the adventure stuff. I thought all the action stuff was really beautiful here, and the style in the film and the craft and stuff, the green screen stuff, the CGI stuff, absolutely looks good and stuff. But then again, when it comes to the action scenes, though, I didn't feel nothing. It was just like action scenes that were going on didn't have a meaning to it, like we seen with the old Star Wars films. And that was just one of the disappointments of it. But like I said, I didn't hate the film. I think it's a fun film, just like Solo, but it just wasn't like my Star Wars film, and I was just left out disappointed. But hey, I still recommend this film if you haven't seen it yet. I think it's worth to watch. If you want to see a Star Wars film just to have fun and not look at the storyline stuff, I say you could check this out. But for me, I was just disappointed. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is by far the best film out of the prequels. The third installment, we finally see Anakin Skywalker finally go to the dark side. And it was the first film that had a PG-13 rating. So it was okay, this film might go dark. And George Lucas did good with this film. There's still some issues with the film, but I think George Lucas fixed majority of the problems. We get to see where the Emperor Palpatine's trying to give Anakin to the dark side, tell him all this stuff and like that. And we find out that Palpatine was the main culprit of all this stuff and all that stuff like that. He was behind all this stuff, the dark side stuff, behind the Senate and stuff, the Republic and stuff, doing all the dark stuff. All that was great and stuff. I like that. I like Ewan McGregor and General Grievous battling with the lightsaber stuff. I thought all that was good and stuff like that. I thought everything was good about that part in the film. Obi-Wan Kenobi battling with Anakin Skywalker and stuff, battling the lava thing and stuff. I thought that stuff was good, but then the negative stuff I still have issues with. The dialogue and stuff in the film with the Anakin and Padme stuff that still happens around in this film and stuff, and that kind of was the little bit of negatives for me in the film. And some of the dialogue is still out there, still a little cheesy here and there and all that stuff, kind of doesn't work well at all. But hey, overall, I think this is a solid to rather than the first two films. This is a solid last of the last installment of the prequels and stuff. I thought George Lucas did a fantastic job until the final ending part where Darth Vader kind of just say, No, it just was stupid. It was everything was good to that last end. I was like, why George Lucas? Why you do that? And it just didn't make sense. But hey, like I said, this film I think is a style film, and I recommend you checking this out if you haven't seen it yet. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Now, I just watched this film just recently, and the first time I theaters I had mixed feelings, but then like rewatching it like 2 or 3 times and then watched it recently, it has gotten better. I mean, I actually got this film actually got better for me a little bit. I mean, I still have my issues with the film, which I'll get into, but I liked how the film, how they go with the third act and stuff. When the third act kicks, it really flies, especially the first and second act. But my only problem with the film is the first act kind of felt like it was like went too quick with our main character, Felicity Jones' character and stuff. It went too quick, and then the movie kept jumping from planet to planet. So the first act was kind of like all choppy and rushed at the same time. But when it gets to the second and third act, it really pays off, and I really enjoy everything about the second and third act. K2SO is a fantastic character, that robot character. I liked him. I like the other character, the character that's blind. I can't remember his name, but he was absolutely fantastic. There's some awesome characters and stuff. But for me, the film, I just wanted more character development, which I didn't get, and I wanted more of that, and I didn't quite get that. And I wish we have gotten more of that, and that was my little downfall. The first act and some of the characters I wanted fleshed out more in the film. But overall, I think this film is fantastic, especially the third act, the final act with Darth Vader just slaughtering in that ship with that lightsaber. Great scene. Oh, that was so awesome. With Darth Vader, I just couldn't get enough. When Darth Vader was in the film, I just loved it even more. And I think that was really like the drive force of the film. And the story is not bad here. I think I like the story where they where they try to figure out the Death Star and stuff like that, and how they get rid of it and stuff, how to prevent it and stuff, because the Death Star kind of like destroys things and stuff. I like that element of the story. I thought that works and stuff, and the Darth Vader last scene with the lightsaber stuff. So there's some good things in the film. Just the first act and the character development was good. I would have gave this film like high on my ranking, but it's good where it's ranked at, but and stuff like that. So I still enjoy this film, and I recommend checking this film out. It's worth to watch. So check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I can understand for the hate for this film. Trust me, this is not a perfect Star Wars film. I don't think it's the best Star Wars film in the stretch of the imagination. It does have issues, which I'll get to right now. There's the character decisions that they took and directed, like with Luke Skywalker and stuff, making him throw the lightsaber over the cliff and stuff. That was just kind of, why would you do that and stuff? That really caught me off guard when I watched it in the movie theaters, and then rewatching it over and over again on DVD. It didn't work for me, and it just got worse and worse. And then some characters I felt like didn't belong in the film, like for examples, like Laura Dern's character, which I think she's a very fantastic actress. That actress that played in Marriage Story that did good and won an Academy Award. So I recommend checking that film out if you haven't seen it yet. And Benicio del Toro's character, which is Codebreaker, which I don't mind Benicio del Toro. He's a good actor and stuff. Like him in all the films he had played in the past and stuff. It just, I think his character didn't have to be in the movie, but the way they wrote, the way the movie was like kind of played out and the scenes and stuff, it kind of, he had to be in there, and it was kind of like hard to take it out because it wouldn't make sense stuff. But he was like one of those characters and stuff like that. Then like the Kento bite scene with Finn and Rose and stuff, where Finn and Rose like all riding on that the horses, the alien horses and stuff like that, and the casino stuff. It just didn't work for me. The whole Kento bite scene was just kind of like, why that was in there. It just didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. And I was watching that, I was like, it didn't feel, this is not a Star Wars movie. What is this? This feels like a different movie altogether. It just didn't work for me. And rewatching it, it just got worse. It just didn't feel like I said, Star Wars. It didn't have that feel to it and stuff. It felt like another science fiction movie or something. And that was one of the parts I didn't like from the film. Then one of the parts in the film I did like is them killing off Snoke. That was a part that really, really irked me so much. I couldn't believe, we seen this introduction to this character in The Force Awakens, so that's like, oh, there's a new character. Let's see. The guy that's turning Kylo Ren to that's in the dark side, training like Kylo Ren dark side stuff. Then when we get to him like in that scene with him and Rey and Kylo Ren and stuff, Kylo Ren kills him and stuff. I was just like, okay, where is this gonna go? I mean, this is the whole point. Like to see Snoke, to see more character development, but they just killed him off, and that was one of the parts I was just disappointed with and stuff. And this is the director this is Rian Johnson, the director of Knives Out, Brick, and Looper. And those films I highly recommend if you haven't seen it yet. So Rian Johnson directed this film. So I had issues with the stuff that he did with this film and stuff, but there's a positive stuff I do give credit what he did with this film and stuff that I like from The Last Jedi. Let me start with the positive stuff. The action scenes in this film is absolutely amazing here. Man, the action scenes are breathtaking and mind-blowing, especially with the room scene with Kylo Ren and Rey. I absolutely love it where they battling them little army people and stuff like that. It was absolutely done well. The wide shot angles and stuff, all that was very well choreographed and stuff. And this one, and the lightsaber battles are really good. And the battleship stuff and the lightsaber scenes are absolutely great in this film. There's really good sequences and stuff. So I really like there's some positive about this film that I like I said, with the action scene stuff. Then Adam Driver as Kylo Ren absolutely is freaking amazing. The way they go with story arc and stuff, him on the dark side and stuff like that. I really loved how they fleshed him out even more than the Force Awakens and stuff. They absolutely does a fantastic job. His performance is absolutely amazing. Daisy Ridley is great as Rey and stuff. Luke Skywalker performance is good, even though I mentioned the stuff where he throws a lightsaber. His performance is great in this film and stuff. And everybody's performance is good in this film and stuff like that. And the cinematography and stuff and the style in this film absolutely looks good. And the camera work in this film is freaking amazing here. Man, all the stuff looks beautiful in this film. The cinematography, everything and stuff like that. And the music score is really good in this film. So I like the certain things that Rian Johnson did for this film. I don't think it's a perfect Star Wars movie. Is it the best Star Wars movie? No. But I think it's decent enough. And I say if you haven't seen this film, if you're interested in it, I say give it a watch if you haven't seen it yet. But for the haters, I can understand the hate for this film. I don't think it's a perfect film. So that's where I stand with the film. I think it's a decent film, and I think if you really want to check this out, go ahead, check this film out. You might enjoy it. Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. This is one of my favorite Star Wars films. Is this a perfect film? No. I had some really issues with the film, in which I'll mention on this one, just like I did with The Last Jedi. I think the film, when it came to the Jabba Palace stuff, when it's from like the special edition stuff, some of the stuff just didn't work with the Jabba Palace stuff, like kind of turns into that cartoonish route and stuff like that. There was a lot of things in The Last Jedi that has like a lot of cartoon stuff, but that Jabba Palace stuff that was in the film just was kind of like, okay, it's not a problem. But I did like the Jabba character. I think they did fantastic with the practical effects and all that. I thought that was amazing, just with the palace stuff and all that, the stuff that happens in there. Just kind of like, going to that route where the prequels and stuff kind of go that silly route stuff. Then we have the Ewoks, which I didn't mind the Ewoks and stuff. They look like little teddy bears is flying around and stuff. So there was a lot of like silly things going on with Return of the Jedi and stuff like that. And some stuff just kind of like didn't like work out in the film and stuff like that. So there's some issues I have with The Last Jedi, which I could go in depth when I review the film in the future. And that was one of my issues with the film and stuff like that. There was like kind of silly things. But really, I think this is a perfect third installment to the first two films, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. I think it ended off very well because with the battle scenes, with the lightsaber with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, where the father and son battling and stuff, and the battleship and stuff like that going on, all that was really good. The last climax of it absolutely is amazing here. And Darth Sidious saying, "Good boy, good." Darth Sidious just seeing a father and son fighting and stuff, trying to push Luke to the dark side and stuff, saying, "I can feel your anger. Let the hate flow through you." I thought it was absolutely good. Ewan McDiarmid is fantastic as Emperor Palpatine. He was just fantastic. Man, everything about that film was good. And then that scene where the Jabba Palace, which is the biggest thing I love, the biggest positive I like about it, where Luke Skywalker bounced on that thing and that green lightsaber thing like this. Oh, that scene still gets me today. And all that music and stuff. Saving Princess Leia and Han Solo. All that was great and stuff. Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, chemistry absolutely works in this film and stuff. Everything in the film is great. C-3PO is fantastic. R2-D2, all those characters, Chewbacca, everything about this film is great. And where the ending part where Darth Sidious is killing Luke, where Luke would say, I'm not going to the dark side, I'm a Jedi and stuff. And Darth Sidious try to kill him, and we see Darth Vader looking back and forth, looking, should I save my son? Where Luke say, Father, help me. And then Darth Vader's looking. I love that scene when Darth Vader picks up Darth Sidious and throws him down to the vent thing and all that. Oh, that was so good. It was just a powerful scene. That scene was just so powerful. I loved every minute of it. And him taking off Darth Vader mask, I loved it. It is a fantastic movie. It's not a perfect movie, but man, it's just a good ending conclusion to the original trilogy, and I loved every minute of it. I highly recommend this film if you haven't seen it yet. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Wow. I'll never forget my experience watching this film. And I rewatched this film just recently. To this film, it's good, even though the way the sequel trilogy, how it plays out, this still is a fantastic film. J.J. Abrams did a fantastic job rather than the Rise of Skywalker, but he does a fantastic job with this film. It's absolutely freaking amazing. The introducing Rey, Finn, Poe, all that, the introduction is so great. It's just so fresh. Even though I know I've heard a lot of people say it copies some stuff from The New Hope, which that's fine and all, because there's some stuff that they did change. Like we see like Han Solo, older Han Solo, where he knows about the Force and stuff because the young one just didn't know much stuff and all that. I thought Harrison Ford performance was absolutely fantastic. I thought the action scenes was great and stuff. The introduction of Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, is absolutely fantastic and stuff. Thought they did great with that. The action scenes are fantastic, and I just fell in love with the characters and stuff. Characters I just gravitated to, and the film was progressing and getting better and better with these characters and stuff, and let them learn about the Force and stuff. Where we get to learn where Rey is trying to learn the Force and stuff, learn what's going on and stuff like that. I thought absolutely all that stuff works and stuff. Learning her stuff, and stuff like that with the lightsaber and stuff like that. I thought all that stuff really worked well in this film. Force Awakens was a great introduction. Coming off like after the Revenge of the Sith, after the prequels and stuff, it was just so fresh. Everything was so good about this film. Man, I loved everything about The Force Awakens. This is a film I do highly recommend checking out if you haven't seen it yet. It's just so good. I love every minute of it, and I can see myself watching this over and over again, despite what happens in the sequel trilogy, how it plays out. I just love this film, and I think it's fantastic. Star Wars Episode 4, The New Hope. Wow. When I remember when I watched this film for the first time when I was in first and second grade watching The New Hope, it became I was so amazed. I was like, wow, this film is amazing. And I was just so mind blown how good it is. And then as watching it as an adult, I'll appreciate the film even more and more. This is just a fantastic film. This is the film that started it all. It was before we had these prequels and the sequels and stuff, this was the first Star Wars movie, and it absolutely is freaking good. We get to learn characters like Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill, Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher and stuff, and we get a great introduction of Darth Vader. Oh, it was so good. Seeing Darth Vader just immediately, our first main villain, and a great introduction to our main villain. He was so good. You didn't know, you felt that intimidation coming on the front screen. All that stuff was good. We get to meet C-3PO and all that stuff, R2-D2 and stuff. I thought all that stuff was amazing. Everything about it was good, with Ben Kenobi telling Luke about the Force and all that stuff. I thought all that really worked well and things and like that. I thought how he was teaching Luke the lightsaber and stuff, and Han Solo saying, that looks stupid and stuff. That looks like luck and stuff. Han Solo saying some crazy stuff and all that, saying he don't like the lightsaber stuff because he don't believe in none of that stuff. All that worked, and seeing Han Solo and Chewie on screen, our first introduction to those characters. Oh, I fell in love with Han Solo. I love the character, man. I fell in love with this character. He was absolutely freaking amazing. Became one of my favorite characters. I love this character so much, man. It was just like, he was a scoundrel and stuff. I couldn't get enough. Every time this character's on screen, it just gets better and better with them. And I just love every minute of it. And what I like is where Darth Vader and Ben Kenobi and stuff, with the lightsaber stuff, when they meet, he said, "We meet again, Obi-Wan. We meet again at last." It was just so good. But what's so good, I think, because it builds up, because Ben Kenobi tells Luke Skywalker about Darth Vader and stuff like that. Tells him everything about the like Jedi he trained and stuff, taught Darth Vader and the learning stuff. It was just like a movie with discovery and stuff, and I loved every minute of it. It just gets better and better, and I just love everything about The New Hope. It's still one favorite Star Wars movie. I mean, it can flip all the time. I mean, I love this film, even though I have it ranked at number 2 and stuff. I just love this film. It's so refreshing to watch. It's just so good. I just love every minute of it. And I highly recommend this film. If you haven't seen it yet, please check this out. Excuse me, with the whistling and the hands and all that. Man, the Imperial March, man, the score of it, man, Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, is my #1 favorite Star Wars film. Man, whoo! I love this film, man. Everything about this movie is fantastic from beginning, middle, and end. Before the prequels and stuff like that came out, this was like the sequel that was just better than the original, the New Hope and stuff. It was just absolutely fantastic. Man, what I like about it is we get our characters that we love in the first film get fleshed out even more in the second film, and the performance it was even better than ever, man, than the original and stuff. The New Hope, it was just absolutely fantastic. We get to see Luke trying to become a Jedi and stuff. The spirit ghost of Ben Kenobi tell him to go to Master Yoda. Him meeting Master Yoda and getting the introduction to Yoda and stuff. It's fantastic. Yoda I am. I'll bet on my presentation Yoda, man. It was just so fantastic. Then seeing Harrison Ford come back as Han Solo, absolutely fantastic. Man, I love Han Solo in this film. He was just a badass. He was just so fantastic in this film. Man, the stuff that he doing stuff, absolutely is fantastic and stuff. But his character, one of my favorite Star Wars characters, is absolutely fantastic. Carrie Fisher is great as Princess Leia. C-3PO is fantastic. R2-D2. Chewbacca, everything about this film is great with these characters. They all are fantastic here. Darth Vader, whoa, he was intimidating in A New Hope, but here, you felt it here. You really felt it in this movie, and I thought they did a fantastic job showing that. I mean, the stuff that happens in the film, like when the people do something wrong and stuff, when Darth Vader doing his evil stuff and stuff, he asks them to do something, and they do it wrong, he kills them, and when you see that in the film, when he choking them out with his force and stuff, like, you like, whoa, this guy's for real. You just like felt it, and you was like, whoa. So it just grabbed, and that was the feel I was feeling when I was watching the film. Every time they showed Darth Vader present in this film, it just like, you felt that. And James Earl Jones' voice, that provided voice for Darth Vader, which he done that in The New Hope and Return of the Jedi and the other prequels films and the Rogue One. It just, his voice as Darth Vader, him voicing Darth Vader, being the voice of Darth Vader, just is fantastic. I can't see anybody doing it. He's just so fantastic. If they keep putting Darth Vader in film, just bring James Earl Jones always back. His voice is just fantastic for Darth Vader and stuff. It just sounds good. It sounds like, oh, it just put chills down your spine. And the music score, it just sounds so good. It just, everything about it, man. Darth Vader just like one of my favorite characters. And everything about Darth Vader was just so good in this film. Then we get an introduction of Lando, played by Billy Dee Williams and stuff, which I think Billy Dee Williams is fine in this film and stuff. But man, everything about this movie is just so great. The action scenes and stuff, the set pieces and stuff like that, and the creatures and stuff, the practical effects and stuff, all that looks good. The action scenes and the battle chips and stuff, and the lightsaber stuff, all look good in here in this film. This film is just so fantastic, and it looks so real, though. It didn't look like the green screen stuff that we see in movies now and stuff. It looks real and stuff. Everything of it, the swamp stuff with Luke at training and stuff, all that is good. And there's some line delivery and stuff and meaningful scenes and stuff that really works in this film. It's just a well-crafted film and stuff. And then the last final battle showdown with Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker. That scene just is one of my favorite Star Wars scenes because we finally see Luke wielding the lightsaber and stuff, like using it like on a villain and stuff. And that was so good. The line delivery is so good by Darth Vader telling Luke Skywalker and stuff. And the training and stuff like that, how to be powerful, be in the dark side and stuff. That battle was so good and stuff. I loved every minute of it. We see Luke trying to like fight Darth Vader. We see that little bit of stuff like that. And then when the battle keeps going on until Darth Vader sliced the arm off, and then of Luke and stuff, and we see that he say, "You must go learn the power of the dark side and stuff." All that stuff. And Luke said, "My father and stuff, you killed my father." He said, "No, I am your father." And that's when we first get like a twist of not knowing. When I heard that watching the film where he said, "Luke, I am your father," and I was just like shocked, like, oh, wow. I was just so like, couldn't believe, like, wow, really? Like, that like shocked me. Like, wow, how did this, that like, he says, no, that's impossible. It was just, that was just like the biggest shocker. Like, how did this happen? How did this, and it was just like, man, that was like the shock moment. How did this happen? Like, how he's the son of Darth Vader and stuff like that. It's just so shocking. It was just crazy and stuff. It was crazy. It was, everything about it was so good from beginning, middle, end. It's my #1 film, and I love every minute of it. Everything from the acting, cinematography, everything about it. Camera work, everything is good about this film. The line deliveries, everything about this film is good. And I felt every minute of this movie, and that's why it's my #1 film in the Star Wars ranking. And I'm just going to leave it as that. Let me know in the comment section down below where you rank all your Star Wars films from your worst to the best and stuff. Let me know where you rank them on May 4th, Star Wars Day. And that's pretty much it. Hope everybody having a good time on May the 4th. Watch all the Star Wars movies, which one's your favorite stuff. Have fun, everything. And I hope you have a safe and blessed day, everything. And that's pretty much it. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. That's so I can see you next time on Slide the Movie Guy. Peace.